The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Herbert. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Chris Olave, 75 yards. And the Chargers will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And some space here. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And Walker once more. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
He hits Beasley right side.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well, as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
On third down, here's Walker.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Charger drive about to get going. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Fox. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Alexander. Herbert on first down now. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Trying the left side with Walker. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, go steal. Ultra. Go.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Chargers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2nd and 5 now. Herbert got his man complete over the middle. It's Alexander. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And
touchdown, Chargers! A 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Sticking with Walker on second down. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Rolling to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Chargers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's a give up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run Walker. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenneth Walker, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means...
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Chris Olave.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go. Block 40. Strike. Check. Striker. Green Jack.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Alexander. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Alexander. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with third.